And what about table tennis?
Table tennis I used to like in the final year of our college year. So there was a table tennis table in that near the lab in the last corner. So I used to play with like my friends. But I'm not very good in table tennis. It's just that to pass time I used to play it.
Okay. Your friends, do they consider you a very nice table tennis player?
No.
No?
No. They think that तू बोलता रहता है कि टेबल टेनिस खेलेंगे लेकिन तू अच्छा खेलता नहीं है. मतलब बहुत सारे फ्रेंड्स हैं जो बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं. गौरव है.
Who was your favorite team player there for table tennis? With whom you enjoyed playing table tennis?
Actually, 2-3 of them. Alin, Abhinav, Gaurav, these 3 people. Because Alin and Gaurav were in my branch, and Abhinav was a very good friend who was in communications branch.
So being a student of GIT, if I ask you to rate the infrastructure of the campus, if I ask you to rate the professors of this campus, right, what would your response be in that?
Well, in infrastructure, I would rate 8. Like
professors and the faculty?
Professors 8. Infrastructure wise, I would like to say that even while the time I was doing engineering, so there was a whole new robotics lab which was not there in many of the colleges in Jaipur at that particular point of time. And like I said about JD sir, he was particularly adamant about a good robotics lab in the institute. So, and a good amount of money was devoted to constructing that lab. And even other facilities also, like sports facilities and technical facilities, they are very good in the campus. About teachers, I would say that I mentioned about Mayank sir, Dua sir. I also remember one teacher from our 5th semester. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name, but she used to teach us signals and systems.
Okay.
So I have not faced any difficulty about any professor till date. All the doubts which I faced in my engineering curriculum, they were cleared. So I believe the professors here are of very good quality.
Okay. So do you have any message for your juniors, your young GITians?
If any of them decides to write the civil services examination, then I would just say that like there is a particular quote by Milkha Singh.
Okay.
She used to say that hard work, willpower and determination. जिस इंसान के पास ये 3 चीजें वो दुनिया की ऊंचाइयों को छू सकता है. So I just want to say that in case you decide to write the civil services examination, be mentally prepared for a decent amount of hard work. Be mentally prepared about a time frame of 2-3 years. You will require a lot of patience because apart from your hard work, there is a little bit element of luck involved in the examination. There may be times when you don't clear the exam in the first attempt or maybe in the second attempt, but when you read about the toppers strategy in the newspapers these days, you will find that most of the toppers are clearing the examination in the 3rd or the 4th attempt. For example, this year's All India rank 3, Jasmeet Singh, he has cleared the examination in 4th attempt. So you have to be very clear about this, that one, you have to clear the examination and whatever amount of time it may take, but you will keep preparing for it. Patience is the key word for this examination.
See Bhavya, I mean, choosing for IAS is a different thing, but then actually going into the field and working there, you know what ground realities are there of Indian society. There is a lot of corruption, there are so many other social evils. How will you be effectively dealing with all these conditions? How will you work there?
Well, whenever anyone starts preparing for the IAS, these are some of the ground realities which he already knows, because like corruption is one of the things which I believe most of us have faced somewhere in our lifetime. So this is the one thing, now that we have got a chance to control it or to remove it, to curb it from the society, then we will be having different strategies in our mind. I believe that first of all, being a role model definitely helps. You may criticize your staff for corruption. You may ask them that you don't have to take any amount of money, but for example, if any one of them gets to hear about you, that in particular sir ने यहाँ से पैसा लिया था, so that is one thing that गांधी जी ने जब एक बच्ची को कहा था कि मैं तुम्हें चीनी खाने के लिए छोड़ने से तभी मना करूँगा जिस दिन मैं खुद चीनी खाना छोड़ दूँगा. So being a role model is one of the most important thing. My strategy is that first to be completely honest myself, so that there is a particular kind of reputation that yes, I have got some authority to curb this menace out of the society because I am myself clean. then there will be definitely other steps which the government is taking. There is the role of e-governance that is increasing in the society. I believe technology can play a very large role in removing corruption. When each and everything is made online, when each and everything is made transparent, the critical points will be removed, the veto points for corruption will be removed. So a lot of technological help can be taken. And then there will be many institutions, like we have increasing role of CBI, CBC in the governance. So their help can be taken. So a combination of all these things can be very helpful.
So Bhavya, your pet name is Montu, right? People lovingly call you Montu. So what is the difference between Montu of 2000 and Montu of 2015, 2016?
Montu of 2000 was in school, not very sincere about studies.
You were not sincere in your school time?
Not very much.
Okay.
Like only average.
It is very hard to believe that Bhavya was not sincere.
Ma'am, that was during school times.
Okay.
And
used to be very naughty that time?
Not naughty, but not even studious also.
Fine.
Like an average in all the things.
Okay.
And I used to have a lot of fun with friends. Used to roam around here and there. And then as years progressed, so I tended to become more serious towards studies, towards life and all those things. And then Montu 2015 is like...
Did you ever get scolding from your father for your studies?
Many times.
Many a times.
Many times, but mostly limited till school only.
School.
But during engineering, not much, because he used to see that starting में मैं मस्ती कर लेता था, but during that 1-2 months of the examination I was very particular about studies, and he always like this is one line I always remember.
Do you believe in one night study? I mean, do you believe in that mode of study?
There are many people who are very good at that, so I will not say that it is not successful, it is not good, but I am not good at it. Like I prefer to prepare in advance, like at least a month before the examination.
So what was your method of preparing for engineering subjects basically? How did you prepare? What was your strategy?
One thing was I used like paying attention in the class for the subjects, at least for the numerical subject, because numerical subjects cannot be done within a span of 1 month before the examination. They require continuous learning. And for the theoretical subject, I used to study during the examinations only.
Okay.
For the numerical subjects, like I am from AIS, so there were a lot of numerical subjects. So for that, I used to refer foreign author books, because I believe many of the technical concepts are very much thoroughly covered in those books. And then I also saw some of the previous year papers of part2, and then there were many questions which used to come from like foreign author book. So I always used to refer them. Even in our library there were some 2-3 books about electronics which I used to continuously refer.
So Montu of 2000 was a naughty person, and now we are a very shy person. Is it? And what else? What else has changed in these years?
As such, nothing much about.
Of course, your image has certainly changed.
Might be because of the result only.
Yeah, of course. And after getting selected for such a nice competitive examination, IAS is a very big, word. So your image has certainly changed in everybody's eye. I mean, you've certainly become an apple of eye for everybody. I mean, right?
Like I remember this one incident when I passed out of my school. So this was for the first time that I got a call from school that yes, we are speaking from DAV Centenary Public School. Like I was mentioning about my village, so this was also one thing, that these are the things. Then when you come to know that okay, your school also knows about this. Then I received a mail from GIT. So then GIT also knows about this. So this platform gives you social visibility, because we have this particular image about IAS officers, about UPC exam. Everyone looks towards them. So maybe this is the reason that now I have a certain kind of an image because of this visibility that is there.
So did you put in some extra efforts for preparing the interview for UPSC examinations?
The interview requires a different set of study and skills. For studies, like the points which are covered in the mains are not usually asked in the interview. For interview, mainly you can focus on the current affairs. and there are a lot of current affairs which may not be asked in the examination, in the mains examination, but on the interview they may be asked. For example, recently there was this controversy in JNU. So this is the thing which will never be asked in a mains paper, because it is not directly related to anything in the syllabus or the society as such. But when in the interview they can ask you that, okay, this morning there is this particular headline about this incident at JNU. So what are your views about it? What do you think in it? Suppose you were the police officer who was there. So what would you have done? So these are the things which you need to prepare. So for interview, each and every headline in the newspaper should be thoroughly prepared, and you need to have an already existent opinion on each and everything, so that while appearing for the interview you don't have to think about things. You are already in knowledge that
you have a view about
you have a view about each and everything. And
so
then
you need to have your own opinion for that,
for most of the things which are going in the society. And then there is this thing about completing your form. You need to be very particular about all the things that you have written in the form, where you were born, like you meant
form for your interview form?
Yeah, form for the interview. So there each and everything is written, where were you born, and where all the places have you been, आपने schooling कहाँ से करी है, your engineering. So for example, if I have done schooling from DAV, so D stands for Dayanand. So I used to need to be thoroughly knowledgeable about Dayanand and his teachings. When I am teaching about Dayanand, then I also should know about Vivekanand, because these two personalities are mostly compared.
Okay, so every single thing.
Yes, every single word that is written in the form should be thoroughly prepared.
Okay.
What you can do is like just underline the word and think of all the multiple questions which you can yourself generate from that particular word. You can give the form to your friends and then ask them to underline keywords and ask questions about of it. So that before the interview you will be having close to 100-200 questions about each and everything in the form. And then you prepare accordingly.
Okay, that's really nice. I mean, you feel proud being selected an IAS officer, and you definitely have a proud family, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very supporting family as well.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
So, finally, what final words would you like to share with your young GITians, with your juniors, with your friends?
To those who are preparing for the civil services examination, like I have already pointed out, you need to be very determined that you have to clear this examination at any cost. You have to be very patient, because it may require 1 year, 2 year, 3 years time frame. So you already need to accept this fact. And for the students who are not preparing for UPSC as such, but are going in other fields like in private sector or maybe in any other government examination, I would say just one thing, that competition is daily increasing. So whatever field you are into, be very thorough about it and be very sincere about it. Then only you can achieve a great career ahead.
सवाल पूछना चाहता था कि जब आप IAS में आ गए, फिर आपको IAS दोबारा देना पड़ा, तो क्या कारण है कि IRS पर्सन IAS के लिए सूटेबल क्यों नहीं है कि दोबारा टेस्ट देना पड़ता हूँ भाई?
सर, क्योंकि IRS जो है वो एक अलग जॉब है पूरी, ठीक है।
फाइनेंशियल मैटर्स के बारे में
वो
तो आपको पता था कि फाइनेंशियल मैटर्स का सारे का
नहीं, वो मतलब ट्रेनिंग होती है, जैसे अभी मेरी कस्टम्स की ट्रेनिंग चल रही है, तो उसमें आपको ट्रेनिंग के लिए सिखाएंगे। लेकिन फिर जब आप दोबारा एग्जाम दे रहे हो तो आपको उन्हीं सब बच्चों के साथ फाइट करना पड़ेगा जो कि नए एग्जाम दे रहे हैं, क्योंकि इनका IAS वालों के साथ ऐसा कोई कनेक्शन नहीं। IAS जो है वो तो एक जनरलिस्ट जॉब है, IRS तो स्पेसिफिकली टैक्स
कनेक्टेड स्ट्रीम है वो।
तो ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं है कि आप एक बार IRS बन गए तो फिर आपको कोई अपग्रेडेशन मिल जाएगा। आपको मतलब आपने जो पहली बार एग्जाम दिया, आपकी जो मेरिट आई उसके बेस के ऊपर आप IRS सेलेक्ट हुए। अब आपको IAS में सेलेक्ट होना, तो आप दोबारा एग्जाम फाइट करो सारे बच्चों के साथ, फिर जो आपकी मेरिट आती है उसके बेस के ऊपर आप।
व्हाट अबाउट IFS फॉरेन सर्विस?
सर, फॉरेन सर्विसेज भी मतलब काफी हाई मेरिट जाती है फॉरेन सर्विसेज।
IAS से भी ऊपर माना जाता है क्या?
सर, अब एक इंडिविजुअल ओपिनियन होता है। अब कई लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो विद इन द कंट्री ही काम करना चाहते हैं, वो IAS फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस देते हैं, और कई लोग ऐसे हैं जिनको बाहर जाकर काम करना है, जिनकी डिप्लोमेटिक स्किल्स बहुत अच्छी होती हैं, जिनको नेगोशिएशन करना बहुत अच्छा लगता है, तो वो लोग फिर IFS में चले जाते हैं।
That means before appearing the examination you have to fill up your choice. हाँ,
प्रेफरेंस बनना पड़ता है। 2 प्रेफरेंस मांग चाहिए, तो फिर इसमें आप भरते हो कि मेरे को फर्स्ट पे IFS चाहिए, फिर सेकंड पे IPS चाहिए, या IAS चाहिए, या IRS चाहिए, ऐसे करके। और दूसरी प्रेफरेंस आप भरते हो कैडर के लिए। कैडर IAS में और IPS में इन दो में अलॉट होते हैं। तो अगर आप इन दो में से किसी सर्विसेज में आते हो तो फिर आपको कैडर कौन सा चाहिए, तो फिर आप फिलअप करते हो कि या तो मेरे को राजस्थान चाहिए, MP चाहिए।
कैडर की क्या एडवांटेज है? भाई दे वांट कैडर।
सर कैडर में तो ये है कि हर IAS ऑफिसर को एक स्टेट में रखा जाता है, वो उसका कैडर बोलते हैं उसको, मतलब एक कैडर दे देते हैं। सर होता क्या है, जैसे जब अपन प्रेफरेंस देते हैं ना तो अपन पहले डिक्लेयर करते हैं कि मेरा होम स्टेट क्या है। तो जैसे मैंने डिक्लेयर किया कि मेरा होम स्टेट राजस्थान है, फिर दूसरा अपन डिक्लेयर करते हैं कि मेरे को कौन सा कैडर चाहिए। तो रूल ये है कि आपका जो होम स्टेट है वो आपको फर्स्ट पे रखना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर आपको वो कभी अलॉट नहीं होगा, ठीक है। अब जैसे मैंने फर्स्ट पे राजस्थान रख दिया, उसके बाद मैं भरूंगा कि मेरे को जैसे सेकंड नंबर पे MP चाहिए, थर्ड पे गुजरात चाहिए, फिर हरियाणा चाहिए, फिर हिमाचल चाहिए, फिर मैं साउथ के कैडर कर दूंगा। ऐसे करके हर कोई अपनी प्रेफरेंस देता है। फिर आपकी जो मेरिट आती है, फिर उन्होंने देखा कि जैसे राजस्थान में तो सिर्फ 2 सीट है और मेरी मेरिट जैसे थर्ड है, तो फिर मेरे को राजस्थान नहीं मिलेगा। फिर वो देखेंगे थर्ड पे कहाँ पर पोजीशन है। तो ऐसे करके जैसे अपने RPT की काउंसलिंग में कॉलेज अलॉट होते हैं, सेम उसी बेस पर आपको कैडर अलॉट होता है। किस कैडर में उस साल कितनी वैकेंसी है और कितने लोगों ने उसको प्रेफर किया है और किसकी मेरिट ज्यादा है, इन सब के बेस के ऊपर।
Very nice having an interaction with you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And it was really nice to know that you are a very proud son of a proud father. And very shy. I mean, a person who was very naughty in his school time has has converted himself, has developed a lot, and has come out a very innocent, very decent person. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Bye. हमारा अच्छा लगा।